The ceasefire brokered by Trump's excellent negotiating tactics in Iran yesterday is an excellent example of how he always backs out. This is a 2-week ceasefire between Israel, Iran, and America, where they won't attack each other, hopefully. And the Strait of Hormuz might get opened, hopefully. Unfortunately, there's a couple things on top of that where Iran gets a lot of concessions, such as a $2 million fee on every single boat coming through the Strait of Hormuz, which is absolutely insane. I'll remind you that 6 weeks ago, before this war even started, the Strait of Hormuz was open. We didn't have this problem. Trump will come forward and he'll tell you that this war was won because we opened the Strait of Hormuz. We're not winning through this. 6 weeks ago, the Strait of Hormuz was open. We had total dominance over their military, and now they know that we're weak and that they can beat us. And that is a huge loss for us. We proved to them that in the last 6 weeks, we were only able to take out 2,000 of their people. For one, I'm glad that it was only 2,000. I think any amount of human life lost due to Trump is way too much. Okay. Did we win this war militarily? No, we didn't. We lost 13 American troops, which is 13 more than should have ever died for Israel. In addition to that, 300 American troops are now wounded because of this war. We killed over 1,500 Iranian civilians, which is way too many, and only 5,000 Iranian military. None of those people should have died, but the U.S. troops specifically definitely should have. This is Israel's war. This is Iran's war, and this is a war that should never have happened, and under any other president wouldn't have happened. If Kamala were in office right now, we would not be here. 3 fighter jets from the United States died from friendly fire. Thankfully, the pilots survived, but this is just in addition to the $45 billion that has been lost to this war. I couldn't even begin to fathom to tell you how much stuff could have been bought with that $45 billion. We could have paid for education, for housing. We could have eliminated homelessness in states. We could have paid for the school lunches for children. We could have built roads. We could have built infrastructure. There's all these things that this money could have gone to, but instead we killed 154 Kuwaiti students. We didn't win here. Now, Trump has lost us the global hegemony that we once had. America was strong, America was powerful, and Trump came in and ruined that. We are no longer feared, and I don't want us to be feared, but if we spend $1 trillion on defense a year, then you'd best believe I hope we can take out a regional power. And today, we were bested by one. And that is horrifying. That it's Donald Trump's fault that we're in this situation, and Donald Trump is not going to get us out of it. Now it's time we talk about today's updates with this war. Basically, Israel woke up and chose to commit some war crimes. I say that like it's funny, but it's really not. They committed a massive war crime today. They targeted civilian infrastructure, killing over 250 people, according to NBC News. And this is just counting. There's over 1,500 people in the rubble or wounded from this attack. Lebanese officials came out today and said that they were under the understanding that they wouldn't be attacked by Israel during this time. But Israel took this opportunity and attacked them with one of the biggest attacks yet in the war. Now, Israel's trying to play this off as Lebanon was not part of the ceasefire and that they were actually trying to attack Hezbollah and not Lebanon itself. But I think we can all see through this and see that it doesn't matter. It's still a war crime. They killed, so far, over 250 people with just this attack alone, and it's putting strains on the delicate ceasefire that came through yesterday after Trump's abominable tweet about destroying their entire civilization. Basically, Iran came out today and said that if Lebanon is not included in the ceasefire, then they're out. And according to NBC, this is already threatening the U.S. and Israel's wartime alliance. Under the presidency of Donald J. Trump, I think there's a good chance, seeing as all the war crimes that he's committed so far, and the ones that he's been pretty open about wanting to do, that this isn't going to strain relationships whatsoever, and all it's going to do is throw this 2-week ceasefire plan into turmoil. Now, in response to this, Iran has threatened to suspend traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, which I think is the only thing that can strain the relationship between Netanyahu and President Trump. Now I want to check out some clips with you guys from Tucker Carlson. Joe Rogan. Now I want to look at these two clips with y'all. Now I want to look at these two clips with you guys. Now I want to look at these two clips with you guys. Now I want to look at these two clips from. Now I want to look at these two. Now I want to check out these two clips with you guys. Now I want to check out this. Now I want to check out these two clips for you guys. Now I want to check out these two clips with you guys from Tucker Carlson. Now I want to check out these clips with you guys. Now I want to check out these clips with you guys from Tucker Carlson and what's that one guy called? Now I want to check out these two clips from. Now I want to check out these clips from you with. Oh my god. Now I want to check out these clips with you guys from Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones. Now I want to check out these two clips from. Now I want to check out these two clips with you guys from Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson, who are both staunch conservatives. And, Alex Jones is a crazy conspiracist talking about this war in Iran and condemning it, which I think is great.
You'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah.
Okay.
So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, no decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you could explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself. And we should never mock that, because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the end of it. We can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God. The message of all faith at the biggest picture level is the message in our Bible, which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective. We are not a theocracy. And God willing, we never will be, because theocracies corrupt the religion. No, this is a mockery not just of Islam. It's a mockery of Christianity.
No, it's not.
To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. We can't support that. That is evil. That is an intentional desecration of beauty and truth, which is the definition of evil.
Now, I'm sorry, you might have heard a woman talking in the background and disagreeing with what Tucker Carlson was saying. I had to find this clip off of Chicks on the Right podcast. Sorry about that. Just ignore her. But what Tucker Carlson is saying there, I agree with. I don't like Tucker Carlson, and I wouldn't support him. I wouldn't support if he were... Now, I don't like Tucker Carlson. I don't understand what he talks about. Now, I don't like Tucker Carlson. I don't agree with what he says, and I don't agree with what he thinks, for the most part. But I do agree with what he just said. And as a Democrat, I think it's good that we as Democrats can see that what he said is not wrong. It's not okay to mock someone's religion, and mocking someone's religion is mocking religion itself. Me as an atheist person, I wouldn't mock someone's religion even though I don't have a religion. I wouldn't do that, because religion means a lot to a person, and mocking that by saying praise be to Allah is just not okay. And I like what he said about that. And now we're going to check out a clip from Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a pretty big conspiracy theorist, and I really don't like him. He claimed that the Sandy Hook elementary school shooting didn't happen and that it was government staged, which is a horrible thing to say about 20 children losing their lives. So we're going to check out this clip, and I'm going to see if I agree with him.
We're not. That is the clear way out of this. We have to say, too bad Trump ran off the edge of a cliff. I don't think he's coming back from it. But triage him, isolate him, and explain, we're not him, and we're not the Democrats 10 times worse. We're not the Democrats 10 times worse, and we're not him, and we're morally against this, and blowing up Iranian water supplies he's talking about, war crime any way you cut it. Put pressure on him not to do that. And just continue on the moral, proper way to behave, not stick our finger in the wind and see which way it's blowing.
Now, sorry, I had to take that clip from another person. I didn't put that little watermark that said like and subscribe. It really annoys me when people do that, so I wouldn't do that to you guys. But if you want to support independent media, please do like and subscribe. It helps me out quite a bit. But to what Mr. Jones was saying, I really don't like Mr. Jones, and I didn't agree with what he said about the Democrats being 10 times worse. You know, Trump is driving our country into the ground right now, and that's not the Democrats. So I don't think the Democrats can be 10 times worse than whatever has been going on for the last year and a half. But I do agree with what he said, that he needs to be isolated, he needs to be removed from Republican government. Because on a lot of topics, I don't agree. On a lot of topics, I don't disagree with the Republicans too much. There's a lot of things that I really deeply care about that are Democrat policies. That's why I identify myself as a Democrat. But there are some things that I can agree with Republicans on, and I feel like Trump really ruins the name of a Republican. And if you're a Republican who doesn't support Trump and you're watching this video, then kudos to you. You're a great guy, and you care about informing yourself. So, awesome to you guys. But Mr. Jones talks about isolating Trump and saying, and just separating him from the Republicans. I think this is a huge sign because Alex Jones is one of Trump's biggest supporters in the election and running up to it. And even throughout, he's been a pretty big backer of Donald Trump. So I think him abandoning Donald Trump is pretty massive, and I think soon we might even see Donald Trump's impeachment. I don't think that's going to happen because there's certain things that will have to happen, like the Speaker of the House would have to bring it to the floor, and while the articles of impeachment have been filed, there's no chance that Mike Johnson is going to bring that to the floor. He's way too indoctrinated in MAGA politics, and I think one day he's going to understand that history will not forget this. Recently, there was a case in Europe where a 93-year-old, or sorry, maybe 91-year-old man was prosecuted for his involvement in war crimes in World War II. I don't remember when exactly this was, but this wasn't too long ago, seeing as he was 93 when this happened. And I think Mike Johnson needs to understand that there will be consequences for what's going on, and Pete Hegseth needs to understand this. And all these MAGA Republicans that stick through with Trump with all these things, they need to understand that someday this is going to bite them in the butt. And I hope that day comes soon, but even more than that, I hope they go down the path that Marjorie Taylor Greene went down, and they turn tail on Trump and rejoin the right side of history. Now, if you support independent media, please do like and subscribe to this video. It helps me out a lot, and the algorithm's trying to suppress these kinds of videos recently, and we need to fight back against that.